She-Hulk continues to be completely unbearable, and it's only getting worse from here. After my last She-Hulk video, you guys requested that I actually catch up with the season and talk about it more because you enjoy watching me dunk on it, so I both hate you guys and love you for that. But I'm caught up now. That's what I unfortunately spent my entire morning and into the afternoon doing. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this video so I could talk about this trash fire and everything that is continuing to go on. Now, the latest episode, I believe episode 7, it was at the time of watching this. So basically, I don't know, the episode before, she meets this cute guy at a wedding. He's very charming. He actually likes Jennifer Walters. He's not that concerned about She-Hulk, all right? So up until this point, we see a lot of She-Hulk / Jennifer Walters problems being that people only like her for She-Hulk and she wants people to like her for herself. Jennifer Walters, okay, fair enough, I guess, even though she definitely doesn't help that situation when she makes her dating profile as She-Hulk and she writes the things she does. There's so much I've got to dive into and so much that is her freaking fault and that she is just mad at the world for. But let me keep the pacing going here for you guys. So 7 episodes in, there's not really that much going on in terms of what I find is like they're trying to balance between, okay, we want the quirky Jennifer Walters type story, the IRL type stuff balanced with like the villains, the fighting, all that. Unfortunately, both are failing colossally badly. They're both painfully boring. I'm finding that when it comes to the IRL stuff, we are seeing extreme levels of cringe and Disney Channel original, embarrassingly bad writing to where it's like, no wonder it's on Disney. No wonder it's on Disney Plus. No wonder. Because it really does feel like something from Disney Channel original. Like your intelligence feels insulted by just how cringy it is. And so this also goes into the actual fighting parts, the actual, there's not any moments of, oh, this is cool. There's not any moments of, oh, this is actually funny. Because what I find is that with everything they do, so with pacing and everything like that, okay, things are starting to get a little dull here. Let's throw in a man-hating segment. Let's throw in another man-bashing segment. Oh, let's just show a man being an absolute trash human being again. Let's beat up on men here for a second. We're running out of material. Come on, throw that in. And any ounce of likability that we even see from Jennifer Walters, where she might have like a cute, quirky moment. It is so fleeting. And then she becomes an insufferable narcissist again. And when you think about She-Hulk, I want to see her being quirky, cute, fun. But between just how serious and entitled she is, and also the way that they try to present Jennifer Walters in general, is I feel like they're purposefully trying to make her not cute. They're purposefully trying to make her look more plain. You even see, even with the bridesmaid segment and all that, it's like they purposefully do her hair, her makeup, her outfits. Everything is just, not fitted to her. And I think the excuse of, oh, okay, well, she's turning into She-Hulk or whatever. But regardless, it's just anytime they show her, anytime even she isn't going to be turning into She-Hulk, it's like they are so scared that the women watching are going to feel threatened by her being pretty. They're scared to let her be pretty, and so they're making her more plain than she actually otherwise would be, and keeping her from being cute and fun and quirky. So this happens. So she goes on like 3 dates with this guy. And, on the first 2 dates, shows by her door. They don't even hug. It's like they shake hands, or they kind of like, definitely no kiss or anything like that. So she's thinking, okay, he's actually interested in me so far and not just trying to hook up or whatever. Well, then 3rd date, they end up hooking up. She texts him the next morning to be like, oh, okay, yeah, she's smiling. She had a great time. But then she doesn't hear from him again. And she is just obsessing, just constantly obsessing. Now we enter into this episode, which is almost the entire episode, is a giant therapy session. Because, of course. So she's with these, like, you know, they seem like reformed villains or rejects, anti-hero maybe, but there's like this dude, there's the pig dude, where they're kind of implied to be like a lover's quarrel type thing, the matador versus the pig dude, the bull dude, and I don't know, it's not funny, it's cringe. Everything that they try to do is just so heavy-handed and so cringe that the jokes don't land. It's just lame. So they have this giant therapy session basically just to tell Jen, because the entire episode she's obsessing, looking at her phone, waiting for a text back, and they just spend this time telling her what everybody else should already know. Like, stop obsessing, delete his number, move on with your life type thing. Okay? So there are many issues with this. First of all, she kind of put herself in this situation because you want something serious, then maybe slow it down with the whole physical intimacy thing if you don't want to hook up. Secondly, dude, it's hard to feel sorry for her when they even show just the episode before what her dating profile said, and it had some sort of joke about, what am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a guy with a sturdy mattress and a strong back. Haha, joke, funny. And so it's hard to feel sorry for her when she's already established just on her dating profile and in her attitude in general, because they think it's empowering for women to be into hookup culture or something. And so she's already established that she's fine with hookups, or that, oh, haha, that's what she's looking for, is just sex, essentially. And so it's really hard to feel sorry for her in this situation when she's already established that. And not only that, you know, because let's face it, in a real situation, so you're looking for something serious and somebody hit and run, like, dude, yeah, that sucks. That's awful. Guy or girl, that sucks and it's sad. But in this kind of situation, what did she freaking expect? She did it to herself. She already set up those expectations that that's what she's looking for. And even in this therapy session, one of the guys, I believe it was the matador guy, he's like, oh, so did you make love? And she goes, ew, no, we just slept together. And so it's like, I don't know what it is with Hollywood and with society in general trying to push this message to girls that, oh, actually having an emotional connection with a guy and expressing that, and that being expressed through intimacy and a physical intimacy in that way, and it being an emotional and beautiful connection, oh, gross, no. That's not empowering. Women should just be into this hookup culture and detach from their emotions. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. It is not a flex to be like, oh yeah, hookups, whatever, it's nothing, it means nothing. That is not a flex. And what hookup culture has done to society in general is caused people to actually experience emotional damage. That to not feel an emotional connection with somebody that when you are partaking in the most intimate thing you could possibly do, and something that should be sacred and something that we should prioritize as a beautiful thing between somebody special, and not just be given out like Halloween candy. I almost said Hollywood candy. But yeah, it's just completely diminishing what that is. And this doesn't surprise me because this comes from Hollywood, and let's face it, Hollywood is run by a bunch of pervs and a lot more that I'm not going to say on this YouTube video, else I get demonetized, okay? So of course, the more that they continually push and try to diminish, how sex should be a sacred thing, or should be a beautiful thing, or an emotional thing, they want to diminish that. They want to eradicate that notion and that thought, because dude, they're freaking pervs and they want to normalize that, and they want to normalize a lot of other stuff that shouldn't be normalized. Okay? So this entire episode feels like, oh, okay. I feel like this tweet said things really well. Where'd it go? Jane Theory made it, and I liked it. Hold on. It was my most recent like. Okay, so here she is telling all of them, like, I just want to be liked for me. I want to be liked as Jennifer Walters, not just as She-Hulk. After being presented as literally better at everything, she goes to therapy only to have her narcissism further affirmed and validated. Jen is great, nary a flaw. Episode 7, Bull is stunning, brave, and I agree with her assessment on this. This is exactly what it feels like. So, you know, she wants everyone to feel sorry for her. Maybe look inward. Maybe look and see that Jennifer Walters this entire season so far has been insufferable. She has been making herself out to be a victim constantly. She views men as a piece of meat and as, just something to okay, hit and run. She's fine with that, viewing men like that, but then whenever one does that to her, then feel sorry for poor me. This is the double standard is just insane, and having the audacity to try to play victim in this kind of scenario is just like, yeah, okay, maybe you won't get hit and run if you actually start treating physical intimacy as something more sacred than you already do. Maybe have some standards for yourself, girl. You know, this also would apply to guys. Have standards for yourself. If you don't want to be treated like a piece of meat, maybe don't treat other people like a piece of meat and set some better standards for yourself. That's it. So that's what this entire episode was about. It was just giant levels of cringe, and it was just pretty gross. It is just gross. Don't like it. Also, yeah, so basically what you see at the end of the episode too is that, okay, he did that so he could get her blood, and he got it. Which is another stupid thing because, girl, you know, you already have been attacked and you've already had these dudes trying to get your blood. You really might want to be a little smarter here in what kind of predicaments you put yourself in. But yeah, I don't know. This whole episode just, I feel like, was one of the more egregious ones for me. And I think a lot of that is in part to the, I feel like the whole underlying message here and the whole thing is just like, okay, be a girl boss, guys suck. Guys will do this to you, even though you're not setting yourself up for more self-respect, even though you think you can just view sex as, oh, it's just nothing. It means nothing. Well, then why are you upset that happened to you then? Pick a side. Be consistent. Come on. So anyway, I suffered through that for you guys, and that is my analysis on this terrible episode. Tonight at midnight or tomorrow morning, I will be suffering through Rings of Power. Crap! I'm behind on episodes because I thought I was done watching it. But that just shows I've got more than one episode to watch. And as bad as She-Hulk is, the Rings of Power is even harder to watch because, one, the episodes are longer, and two, it's just pure boredom. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you guys. Well, there you have it for today's video. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.